Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Market Misfits. So, lots happened since we got on last. We've had Bitcoin rally up again, back up over 70K. So, we're going to be taking a closer look at this chart. Also, Dogecoin has been rallying. So, we're definitely going to be taking a closer look at this chart as well. We had put this in the group when it was down here, actually, when it first lifted off. So, be sure to come over to our free private group, Market Misfits Academy on Facebook. Just send an invite. And when you get here, make sure and check out the guides and files section. We're going to go over a couple of things that we dropped here in the group this morning. So we're getting mixed signals from XRP. So, and just something right off the jump, want to kind of cover. This is an article by Forbes. We're not going to read this entire article. I think it's mainly garbage, but they have some points. But here's the thing: if y'all remember, and if you didn't know or didn't see it happen, but Forbes on Twitter made a tweet. They tweeted XRP, the new Bitcoin. This happened several months ago, and then the post was taken down. So now we're seeing this really negative sentiment coming out of Forbes. Once again, this is mainstream media, so a lot of times the more negative this stuff gets, the closer we're getting for a breakthrough. Now, again, not financial advice. They have some valid points here, but also the developments that are happening with the case and that are happening within the XRP ledger, they are not mentioning. So they're singling out a single use case. And, so make sure and come over and check this out. It's good to get both sides of the story, but you want to focus on, what's in between, so with that being said, there's more positive going for XRP than what is brought up as negative here. So want to be open to criticism because it could have some truths in it. But that's why it's always advised, we always advise to do your own research when it comes to this. So we also had Bitcoin making a market maker move. Like I said, we're going to check that out closer in a minute. We're going to be taking a look at Dogecoin, but just wanted to come over and show you a little bit in the group. We're going to read in an abbreviated version. So there's talks with an XRP ETF coming up. So I just thought that this was really typical, honestly, for mainstream media, for them to put out a tweet like that, then delete it, and then put this out. So, this is to confuse the general public and to get them to sell off. A lot of the times this is the case. So when you're seeing all this negative sentiment, we posted some more about the negative sentiment inside the group. Be sure to check it out. As you're seeing us post this stuff, just know, and we try to explain the dynamics of the market. And typically what you want to be doing is buying people's fear and disbelief and then selling on the euphoria. So previously, XRP has been in the spotlight as, super bullish sentiment all over for the public. And now we're starting to see negative because Bitcoin has been rallying and XRP is still sitting, at like 60, I think it's at like 62 cents right now. But let's take a look into this article. This is from the Crypto Basic. We run this through the chat AI, and then, we put our twist on this. So we're curating some of this content. But let's get into this, and we're going to take a closer look at the charts. Bitcoin is actually looking like it's on the move. We could be going towards the all-time high. XRP ETF premium projected to surge at 100K to $500. Details. Chad Steingraber, a prominent figure within the XRP community and a seasoned game designer, recently argued the potential for 100x premium on XRP ETF. In a recent post on X, Steingraber shared his insights on potential trajectory of XRP exchange traded fund ETF in light of institutional demand. Notably, XRP community has called for efforts from asset managers, especially BlackRock, in launching an XRP ETF. They anticipate positive impacts on the asset's market value following the launch of such investment product. Amid this optimism, Steingraber speculated on the outlook for the price at which the XRP ETF shares could sell. He speculated that the angle of XRP reaching an unprecedented a price of $5 right now, that would be unprecedented for sure. In particular, Steinberger theorized that if XRP broke a $5 price point, the corresponding ETF fund could similarly soar to unprecedented heights, potentially trading at a staggering 100x premium. Essentially, this outlook puts the ETF shares at $500. The XRP community figure emphasized that such an expensive premium for XRP ETF would be particularly feasible if the institutions become interested in the XRP investment product. So nobody really knows, how they're going to react to such a product until it's put on the market. And until also, and I wouldn't think that they would do this pre lawsuit being settled. So that's also in the mix. So as before we got on the XRP is the SEC is asking the court to rule in favor of SEC now to give for XRP and Ripple to give them $2 billion. So it's completely ridiculous. So again, more negative sentiment, but we're taking this with a bullish outlook. A lot of times things are backwards from what they seem, and it's that way for a reason. Meanwhile, Steinberger stressed that XRP's market price itself may not necessarily need to skyrocket for the fund to experience exponential growth. He drew parallels with Grayscale investment product linked to Litecoin. Steinberger pointed out that Grayscale Litecoin fund currently commands a significant premium over its net asset value. Specifically, he noted that despite Litecoin's market price of 95.82, so $95.82, institutions are paying a premium of $253.98 per Litecoin equivalent with the fund. Essentially, the XRP community figure foresees the XRP ETF witnessing a similar premium with surging institutional interest, arbitrage opportunity. In response to the Viewpoint X user Zach asked whether the project expensive XRP ETF premium could be exploited through the arbitrage by individuals holding the physical asset. So if they're selling for more on the ETF product and that's listed cheaper for somewhere else, obviously there would be a price gap there. And so wondering if that would make an opportunity for arbitrage traders. Chad Steinberger responded that if users permit in-kind deposits, individuals can deposit the asset in exchange for the corresponding share for arbitrage. However, he noted that the kind deposits remain a big deal in the ETF market scene, yet Steinberger expressed optimism about the industry's trajectory, hoping that such practices would become widespread sooner rather than later. Overall, this outlook remains speculative as no asset manager has moved to apply for an XRP ETF despite constant calls for the investment product. Okay, so whenever it's hard to see like this, we're getting a little bit, of bullish sentiment still for XRP coming out of this speculation. Is this going to happen? There's only time is going to tell, but I can tell you from this negative sentiment from Forbes that this definitely got our attention, and we're looking at the XRP versus Bitcoin chart too. So let's get into the charts without further ado. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin chart. Here we are over here at Bitcoin on the 1 hour chart. We had previously broken up out of this structure. We had a bullish breakup up out of this structure. And then, so we had a nice accumulation phase at the end of our correction here. And so it's looking like we're going to go chase and either come up here and spike and get the liquidity out of here and come back down to retest this area, or we're looking to claim this as support. But first things first, we just recently, this was yesterday, we had a stop hunt come up out of this. So we had what looked to be a bullish, like a bull flag forming here, a descending channel, right? We had these gaps down here. So we had what looked to be like a liquidation spring, which would made me think for a minute that this was just a distribution. But when we came down here and stopped below this, so this is to trigger sellers. Also, anybody that was going long from this and jumped the gun, they had their stop losses probably down in this area, so it was filled with liquidity. So to absorb the orders, they drive their positions down because they need a large amount of liquidity down here to absorb their orders so that they can go more unnoticed. So they fake one direction, go another direction. And so, and the group was kind of explaining this is a market manipulation move. So we just move this just a little bit closer like this and catch these candle bodies like this on Bitcoin. You can see we got people buying, stop losses down here, retail liquidated back into the channel, retest, rejection. And so as let's point out in the group, if this was a market maker move, then we would look to come up back up here and clear out this liquidity at around. Let's take a look at the Dogecoin chart, and then we'll get into XRP versus Bitcoin and look at the XRP chart. Just wanted to go over this real fast. So we actually got in down here after this accumulation, got here at the break of the neckline at around 16, nearly 17 cents. But we're seeing Dogecoin continue to rally even against Bitcoin right now. Now, one of the reasons why we're pretty bullish on Dogecoin, about as bullish as XRP, because Elon Musk, obviously, and the X Everything app. If half of some of the things that Elon has said, one of the things that Elon said once was, wouldn't it be funny if Dogecoin became the supreme currency of the market? He said, wouldn't it be funny if something like Dogecoin became like the #1 cryptocurrency? Okay, and now he's also said that he thinks that the X app will be the largest everything app / financial institution in the world, or the second, so the first or the second largest. And I don't think that we really have to mention much about Elon's success in his businesses and anything he promotes. He also openly endorsed Dogecoin. Now, despite whether you like Elon Musk or not, you can't. I don't think it's very wise to deny, his influence on something like Dogecoin. Like I said, he recently just publicly endorsed this and said Dogecoin to the moon. If he wanted to, he could personally pump this as high as he wanted to. He's got the money to. So, but he wouldn't need to do that if he does publicly announce, and this is what we're waiting for. So if Twitter X becomes the largest everything app in the world, where you're selling and buying everything, and it's also used as a sort of banking and for finance, then, and Dogecoin becomes the reserve currency for that, then we could see Dogecoin rally to unprecedented new heights. So unimaginable liquidity and utility would be flowing into Dogecoin. So those are some of the reasons why we're not saying that, besides its meme coin status, not saying that this is going to happen, saying this has the potential to, because of what Elon is saying, and because of his past achievements, because of his wealth, and because of his influence, and the potential for Dogecoin to have such a large use case. So this could be one of the reasons why we're seeing Dogecoin rallying, as also X had recently just gotten passed for 20 different states to operate basically as like a financial institution. So they're getting licensed throughout the country to function as that. So it's looking more and more like we could wake up one day, and again, this is just an opinion, but we could wake up one day and there's a tweet. Elon says that X is taking Dogecoin along with Tesla and, for the everything app. And this, I'm assuming we would see Dogecoin to the moon, like he said. So, enough said there. I think let's go on to the XRP versus Bitcoin chart. So we recently just dropped this in the group this morning. We're watching this weekly supporting trend. So we were looking for a break of this resistance right here. We're looking for a break of structure at 50895. We have not got it yet. We can see that we are hitting this trend down here on the XRP versus Bitcoin chart. So we just now wicked it right here. So on the weekly time frame, this area has a history of turning away the price and us seeing a move for XRP against Bitcoin. And so we are closely monitoring what's happening here. What we'll be looking for here is #1, bullish engulfing. We already have bullish divergence, and we're down here in the oversold, and we know we're at a weekly supporting trend. So we're looking for any kind of bullish engulfing action and break of structure, any kind of break of structure. So any point that's here would be one. We'd be looking for a break here or here first. So this area up here, this mark would be 50884. So 50885, 50890 to 50895. A break up this way with Bitcoin either going down or consolidating would make us be more bullish for XRP at the moment. Let's take a closer look at the XRP chart. Oh, here we are on the XRP 1 hour chart. We'll get rid of these drawings and we'll take a look at the larger time frame in just a second, but we did have a breakout here of this inverse head and shoulders. We had a descending, we said it had a descending channel into a support, and we had a breakout right here. So we actually got in here, but we did not get liquidated. So we're looking also at this most recent development on the hour. This is looking kind of bullish. So the majority of the time with this type of scenario in the crypto market, we tend to see this continue about 85% of the time. The fact that we came over here and came down and wiped these out, and we got another descending channel out of this, we're just seeing this as a second opportunity. So we are still holding on this. We have a little bit of a fair value gap down here on the hour, but here we have a setup again. Boom. I'm sure we got liquid right here. Saw a little bit of volume coming up right here. I mean, momentum right here. And so the mark to beat right now for XRP on the hour would be to break this structure point right here at 62 cents, 62,312. So we'll be looking for a breach right around this area for XRP. But so we're in a little bit of drawdown, not much coming out of it. And this is honestly looking like we could see something happen here, considering what we just looked at also on the XRP versus Bitcoin chart, taking in the negative sentiment, looking at what is actually there as far as good sentiment and good reasons, the reasons why everyone is into XRP, what's really happening behind the scenes with XRP. What are the things that Forbes did not point out? Let us know what you think in the comments. Be sure to come over to Market Misfits and check out the news feed. So here we are on the weekly time frame on XRP. So we still haven't done anything. So we've been in this area right here, and this is the weekly time frame for a month. We have just traded sideways. We have not made any positive progress. We have seen a spring, kind of a spring up here. So we did get rejected up at 75 cents, but we came all the way back down to 52 cents, almost 53 cents. So really wanting to see this low right here liquidated, to see a spring as we have seen before in the past, like this, something like this. But if we saw a spring of this size come down, then we might see a 30 cent, 33 cent. We take out this low right here before we go up. Mentioned in the group, a scenario that we might see would be, to go along with all the negative sentiment that's being pumped into the media right now, is the market makers, the institutions give the public what they're reading first, so they panic sell even more. So maybe we see a liquidation spring come down, and if we do, then we're going to be ready to buy up. So we also have some really big gaps down here, you guys. So I wouldn't doubt a push down to some of these lower levels to completely clear out the house before we make any moves up. But anyways, you guys, that's going to do it for this one. If y'all have any questions, just come on over to Market Misfits, drop a comment, send us a message, and we will see y'all on the next one. See ya.